I thought I would do a review of the NAKGN movie with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. I'm not saying the name since they censor things sometimes on here. So anyway, I really liked the original movie, and so I thought I would see the reboot here. And I think it was a good vehicle for Liam Neeson. He's such a serious actor and does action movies, so this sort of played into his image. And it's a really cool pairing with Pamela Anderson and him. They have such great chemistry in that way. And I was expecting some big laughs in this movie. It did have some amusing, really good scenes in it, and you would chuckle throughout the movie. But it didn't have these really shocking, hysterical scenes like I thought there would be, like the first movie had with Leslie Nielsen. And I rewatched the first movie just to understand maybe how they did things different in this movie. I thought it had some really good joke scenes. The chili dog scene with him driving was really funny, and it sort of mimicked the original movie with Leslie Nielsen in the bathroom scene with a hot mic moment. And I like the way the original drew that out a little bit for the laugh. And this scene, the chili dog moment, was really funny, but it cut it short for some reason, the editing. So I felt like they could have elongated that sequence and drawn out the laughter and made it even more funny than it was. And I did like the snowman sequence as well with him and her, and they went to the mountains, and this snowman became possessed and joined them on their vacation. So that was sort of funny, that scene. But anyway, I think it was a funny movie, but it wasn't like this hilarious movie like the first. And the first movie was much more cinematic and had really good photography. You could see the city of LA, and it was sunny, and it had more of a sort of a better, I guess, production value with the scenes in the setting with the sets. So I did notice that difference. And then this movie was a little bit more darker, except for the jazz scene. She was I thought her lighting was really good in that scene, but most of the scenes are really dark and at night, and I knew that was kind of a film noir, I'm assuming, type vibe. But I noticed how the lightness of the first movie was more daytime, and there was a better photography element to the movie, whereas this one was so dark in the film. And also towards the end, there was not as many extras as I thought there would be in the final scenes, where the world, in the final scenes where there was this mass chaos of people, there didn't seem to be enough extras in that scene. I noticed it seemed sort of sparse when they were fighting towards the end of the movie. So I don't know why they needed more extras in that scene for some reason, but it seemed like to me they were a little bit on a production budget, and you could tell in this movie versus the first movie, which was at a stadium, a ballpark, there was a cruise, there was all these different locations, and this movie was a smaller type vibe to it, and the sets and everything. So I think it was amusing, it was funny. It wasn't the masterpiece as the original. The first one had more of a funny goofs one after the other that sort of flowed seamlessly through the movie, and this one had some funny goofs in that way as well, but sometimes seemed almost not quite as smart as the first one, so in that way. And they made them a little bit too dumb at some points, I thought. But otherwise, I like reboots, and this one is a good reboot. It just didn't really live up to the original, the masterpiece of the original. So maybe it wasn't meant to be as well, but I think their production value could have been a little bit better in terms of the photography and the sets and everything. And at the end, you could tell that the city of Los Angeles wasn't really a part of this movie like the first one. I think it was filmed in Georgia, on the sets in Georgia. But if they had filmed a little bit more scenes of LA, I think this would have been good as well to have done that. The palm trees, the beach in Malibu, and they said they were in Malibu, but they didn't really show Malibu and things like that, where it would have helped the film in terms of the look of it. So anyway, it was an amusing film. It was an amusing film, but I wouldn't say it was as good as the original. So if you want to see it, it's really good in terms of the chemistry between the two, and I think you would enjoy the laughs and the goofs and everything. But I think they could have tweaked it a little bit more to improve the laughs in the film and to make it overall a better film. So anyway, but I thought it was a cute film. So go see it if you like to. So I would recommend this movie and go check it out.